I want to talk a little bit about the MVP. I'm not talking most valuable player, even though we could definitely have a debate if you would like, because I'm a huge sport person. I'm talking about minimum viable product. Hi friends, today I want to talk about Hi there, welcome to my channel, and I'm so glad to have you here. My name is Caitlin Fritz, and I want to be your business best friend as you are navigating the highs and hurdles when it comes to entrepreneurship. I've been in your shoes, co-founding an ed tech venture, going through the highs of investment and pitching and being in Forbes, all the way to the lows of, oh my gosh, we're in a pandemic. How are we going to make payroll? Either way, I have been where you are. And more importantly, I have supported over 700 founders in various shapes, situations, and businesses, probably similar to yours. Minimum viable product. This is a common term a lot of startups, venture creators, accelerators all use. It's basically the leanest and scrappiest form of your product that you can get out and test in the hands of users. What I like to think about it as basically the product or service you're probably a little bit ashamed of because it's not entirely perfect yet. That is the point. The MVP is so important because one, it allows you to actually go out, put everything you've done in your head or on paper into the real world, seeing it with real users, and get that first-hand feedback to see if, hey, I'm onto something, or no, this is not what anybody wants or needs. And the MVP is a little bit intimidating. Speaking from experience, I was very nervous about showing something that wasn't perfect or 100%. But really, by not having it perfect, I was allowed to take that feedback and really refine and make it even better the second time around. Another reason why the MVP is important is it will save you money. Because if you go out, hire a CTO, which I would say 80% of businesses don't need, pay for a developer, pay for an expert branding designer, whatever, to build and craft your product or service, that money might be wasted if the market does not want it. Also speaking from experience. So save your money. Get lean and scrappy. So MVP does not mean final on the shelf product. So for example, I loved the analogy that I feel like Google and some of the other experts have made where if you want to get from point A to point B and you're walking, the next easiest thing you could do would probably be, build a skateboard, then maybe build a bike, then build a car. So we're testing every single step before we invest in building a super truck. Which, don't get me started on my feelings with the super truck. But by refining and testing these small steps, you're going to see if you are hitting on the customer's needs and wants. So you might be saying, great, Caitlin, that sounds fantastic, but how do I do this in real life? Well, I wanted to give you some examples, maybe to percolate something in your head. So if you're a service provider, maybe you are a consultant, maybe you offer services like creative services, legal services, financial services, the easiest way you can test if your service has legs would be through these following MVPs. The first, a landing page. I love landing pages. These are one-page websites where there's a simple call to action that you can gauge if people convert to that call to action. Such as if I am a illustrator, for example, I could have a one-page website which showcases a few of my illustrations and an email box saying, if you want your custom illustration, put your email here and I will contact you. Then you can see, okay, are people interested? Have I communicated my value? Another tip for service providers can be something as simple as a storyboard or a video. So I love the example where we can all go back to Dropbox, but where you almost have a video of the service you provide and have a call to action for individuals to see if they want that product or service. So I could do a quick little video on my legal services and then a call to action of email me if you want to have your founder's agreement or business contracts looked over. Another very simple one is social media. So I know people are all about, oh, well, you need a social media presence. When you're early days, I've seen this actually, you can almost run your business through a social media. So for example, if I am a etiquette educator, maybe I have an Instagram with some etiquette tips, some debutante services, X, Y, and Z, and see what traction and following you get both on the individual posts as well as your account. And last but not least, one of, I would say, the more manual would be a concierge MVP. So for example, if I am selling that I have Squarespace or website templates, maybe you are advertising that you have them ready to go in 48 hours. You might have a few prepared. Get all those individuals to fill out a form so you can put it on the website, boop, 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 customize it, and then send it out. Rather than automating maybe some AI or whatever you want to build it out for you. When it comes to products, which also could apply to services as well, you can also have a landing page, but this time with a pre-order. So I love a good pre-order to see, will people put their email to buy my product? And will people actually put their credit card or holding deposit? Think of things like Kickstarter. You know, people put down $20, 20 pounds. That's serious when people will pull out their wallet and action on a business. You can have that with your own product. So for example, if I am creating a food product, maybe everyone puts down $5 or 5 pounds, and they will be the first one to receive my spice kit, and that $5 will be subtracted from their total price. Let's see if people put their money where their mouth is. The next one is a mock-up. There are so many really cool websites that you can create a mock-up of what you want to create. So instead of printing 10 t-shirts at $18 a t-shirt, you can have your design mocked up on a t-shirt to see if people would even buy it. You can do that with books, physical products, bottles. People can do it on Fiverr or Upwork also quite, I would say, inexpensively if you're doing something like a board game or something that is a little bit more advanced. Mock-ups will save you time and money when it comes to manufacturing. You don't need all that headache when you are just starting out. Another one I really enjoy as well is, if you're in the tech space, wireframes or no code. Wireframes are basically the storyboard of your website or app. You can create these by hand. You can create these online. You can even create clickable wireframes through something like a Figma. They allow you to test that UX, that UI, all your logic without actually coding. And a lot of no-code platforms are doing quite similar work. I love no-code. It is the tech for the non-techies. And that allows so many people to test and try and iterate their ideas. So with no-code platforms like Bubble, like Glide, like Yep.so, you're able to try out your website or application without getting a developer. Once again, saving you time and money. Now, most of the things I've mentioned, you can do at free, freemium, or low cost. You can build a landing page with no money. You can build a mock-up with, I would say, very little money to no money. Storyboards, I did storyboards hand-drawn and written out like probably a third grader does when they build a in-class storybook. These tools will allow you to really test, cut your teeth on your business idea, and get that feedback, which is oh so critical when it comes to developing a business. So if you haven't already, definitely take a look at Build Your Business for Zero Money ebook. I talk about a lot of these MVP tools there. And the episode with my favorite tech MVP for non-techie tools, link right here and in the show notes. So I'd love to hear, what are you using? What have you used in the past for your MVP? Drop it in the comments. We are all a community here to advance entrepreneurship and making an impact in the work you do. So if you've enjoyed this, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me just a hey in the comments, because you are the reason I am here, and I love sharing these entrepreneurial insights and behind the scenes kind of advice to individuals like you. So until next time, thanks guys.